Shalom, shalom, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? That's all right with me. Coming again on this Devil platform with another message. And I will say, this is a day in which the Most High Yah has made, and I, Sister Deborah, shall rest therein. I come to say to you in this video, get your house in order. Get your house in order. We're in that day that was prophesied, that was spoken, that was predestined, that was foreknew. Okay, you better get your house in order. And I don't mean your outer man. I don't mean your outer man. I'm talking about the inner man. I know 99.9 didn't even know they had an inner man, because they want to tell you your inner man is your soul. You don't have a soul. You have a spirit. Your spirit is the image of Yah's spirit. It is his image. Okay? It is like unto a light. If you picture how man tried to show you what an angel looked like, just look at it like a bright light that's in your house, the brightest light. Go look at it and just think of something of that nature is resting therein. It's the part that is the image of the Most High Yah. So if you want to think that you are the image of a Negro, you go on and rest in stupidity and ignorance. If you really want to believe that Yeshua HaMashiach is a Negro, you go right ahead. See, what they didn't understand, that was the natural house. See, they knew that they had to come down in a natural house, but when they time for them to go up, they got to go up in the spiritual house. Hallelujah. Same thing coming back, Yeshua HaMashiach, in a natural house, but its true house is spirit. And to me, that's where I know that a newfound awakening, the Hebrew Israelite movement, has been lost for a long, long time, and still is in the year 2021. For they know not his image. It's not a Negro. It's not a Hebrew Israelite. It's not a black man. It is the image of the natural house. But the true house of Yeshua HaMashiach is a spiritual house. It is a spirit. But because the ignorance way heavier than anything, the image of a man in the flesh weighs heavier than anything. It teaches them that which is darkness that rests therein. It brings them to the fullness of their ignorance. And they like to rest therein because it's comfortable for their flesh. But the reality is, you guys, Yah's image is spirit. And it is true. It is the light. And you carry the lowercase light, which is his image. You are made and created out of his likeness. So I say unto you, get your house in order. And I ain't talking about your outer man. I'm talking about your inner man, which is your spirit. It is a lowercase L-I-G-H-T. Get it together with the capital L-I-G-H-T. Stop trying to walk in the flesh. Stop trying to please thyself in the flesh. Start trying to understand all things in the spirit. Once you can understand those things which is in the spirit, you can nail anything in the flesh. I know they won't teach you that. And you love the way they teach, the way they minister to your flesh, because it keeps your spirit walking in darkness. That's what John chapter 1, verse 3 and 4 say. Deborah, that light shining, but the darkness comprehended not, because your flesh ain't gonna let you comprehend the Most High Yah and his great and awesome power and who he really is. So 99.9 is walking in darkness, and they call it the light. 99.9 is walking in iniquity, and they call it righteous. 99.9 is walking in wicked and evil, and they calling it good. So Sister Deborah said, get your house in order. Judge yourself daily, and I mean judge it under righteousness. Judge yourself under righteousness and not under unrighteous, and call it righteous. Judge yourself daily. Call your flesh out. Get your house in order so y'all can abide therein and take you every step of the way in the midst of what is before us. Because if you're waiting for somebody on this devil platform to get you prepared, to get you ready, to get everything lining up in righteousness, let me tell you something. You're lost. You're lost without a cause. Get yourself in order with the Most High Yah. In your spirit, know that you want and desire to abide in him in your spirit. You can abide in him in your flesh. You got to abide in him in your spirit. Your flesh has to stand down. So that's why you got to get your house in order. Your true house is your spirit, not your flesh. Your flesh is an outer shell, and it too shall go back into the earth. But the sins in which you committed in it willingly and freely shall hold the punishment towards your spirit. So understand, get your house in order. And I ain't talking about your flesh. So Sister Deborah, say unto you, that's what time we're in. That day. Shalom and shalom.